Hello and welcome to K&K Play D&D. This is Keep Rock episode number 3, and I'm the first K, the Keith.
And I'm the second K, the Karen.
And today's episode is brought to you by disproving K&W Root Beer's fan theories.
Or perhaps proving them, only time will tell. Let's get those dice rolling. Previously on K&K Play D&D, Runt, Anna, and I went to the temple. And on our way back to the inn, I happened to spy our old friend Jolg, the half-orc who runs the slave ring that we're trying to break down. Upon arriving back at the inn, we discovered that Tarur was missing and Frankie had apparently run after him. We know Frankie well enough that we know the only thing to do is wait. But we also know that Tarur is out there somewhere, alone.
Tarur,
Yeah.
you're asleep right now.
I'm sorry?
You're asleep and you hear a voice.
Well, Oh, okay.
Tarur,
Hi.
your friends are coming. I am coming.
Who?
Stay safe.
What?
Stay strong.
Who is this?
I'll see you soon. And you wake up. You're in the encampment with Sal, Belkir, and Vane.
Oh, yes.
And the three of them are already awake and getting themselves ready to go on the hunt. They're all equipped. They're waiting on you. Sal notices you're awake first and frowns. Belkir comes over to you, speaking in Draconic. Good morning, brother.
Good morning.
I hope you slept well.
Thanks, I think so.
Then, shall we be off? If you're ready.
Is there anything to eat?
Yeah, here.
Thanks.
He hands you, some hard cake, which looks like what everyone else had for breakfast.
Oh, that's fine.
And, the gear that they gave you the night before is, there and well in hand. Just to recap, 2 quivers full of arrows and a new short bow.
The midnight bow.
Yes. So you set off with your new friends. You're in the lead. They take you down the trail. You go for about an hour when you come to a curve in the trail and you see this spot that clearly has there's been a fight there, a short one, but you can see the score in the ground of large animal prints with claws digging into it, a couple booted feet, and then this large indentation where a body fell pretty hard. There's some dried blood, and then grooves where the body was dragged off, and then the animal feet leading down the trail running, and after a ways, maybe 50 feet, those prints become human.
Okay. That's interesting. Is there more to see at the fight scene?
Not really. It's fairly churned up from several people, several creatures, and it is agreeing with Belkir's account several days old.
So that presumably is where the body of the owner of this bow was disposed.
Yes.
I turned to the rest of the party. So this is where you lost him.
Yes, brother. and they're watching you expectantly. Sal has a grip on her longsword, and you can tell that she doesn't expect much from you. And Vane, he's leaning on his staff and sneering at you. There's something at play in his eyes as he's watching you, but he's not as pessimistic as Sal. And Belkir is, well, standing between them and you.
All right, so the tracks go this way.
Lead on, brother.
And the tracks lead for a while west by northwest into the foothills that lead into these lonely mountain peaks away from Keep Rock.
And how long do I follow these tracks?
You follow them for a couple hours, actually.
Okay.
Winding up, winding through some out-of-place boulders, trees, hills, and then suddenly you come into a clearing in front of one of the hills, and there is a cave a little ways off, maybe 50 feet off. And could you roll a quick perception?
13.
You see the light of a fire inside that cave.
I hold up my hand to stop the others and slowly creep forward. I glance back over at them.
They notice something has shifted and they start readying themselves.
I shake my head and hold up my hand again and creep forward alone.
Roll stealth with advantage.
"14 is the better of those rolls."
All right. So as you come up to the cave, the person inside doesn't notice you. And you're peeking in. You're not coming straight to the entrance. You're coming to the side and looking around the edge to see in. And the fire isn't directly in the entrance. It's back a little bit. There are two figures sitting by this fire.
Hold up, two.
Two.
Do I see other tracks?
Yes, leading up to the cave, there's another set of booted footprints coming more from the south.
But in order to track those, in order to follow those tracks, I'd have to cross in front of the entrance of the cave.
Would you like me to describe the people inside?
Can I see them clearly?
You can.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead.
Well, one of them is a younger human, probably mid to late 20s. He's got a beard, looks like it hasn't been groomed for a few days. His hair is pulled back in a loose ponytail, and he's wearing these robes. Very flowing, allows lots of movement, and he looks tired more than anything. And he's the one further back in the cave. Now the other person, you can see him clearly because he's staring into the fire. He's an older human as well. Swarthy skin, balding. He's growing a bit of a beard now. Glasses, thick rimmed glasses.
Oh no!
And he is hunched in on himself. He looks haggard and tired. And the last time you saw him, his clothes were fairly neat. Not expensive, not cheap, middle line, but well made. They're scorched.
Hold up. What is Johannes doing in Keep Rock?
What is he doing outside of Keep Rock?
Why is it? Okay. Sorry.
Yes, you're right. This is Johannes from Deska.
I stay very, very still for a remarkably long time, and then remember where I am, and remember to breathe, and back up and go back to the party.
And they're waiting for you. Belkir has his axe in both hands.
I thought you said there was one of them.
There is only one.
There are 2 people in that cave.
We're only hunting one, brother.
There are 2 people.
Who are they? What are they?
One of them, I'm presuming, is the one you're hunting.
And the other?
An accountant from Desca City.
He makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense. His name is Johannes.
I say we just kill them both and get the reward for the one that we came for.
You can't kill Johannes. I will not allow you to kill Johannes.
Can you get him away from our target, brother?
You want me to go speak to him?
Do you think you can get him away from our target?
I don't...
You know this person.
Well, I mean, no is a relative term. He hired me for a job once, my party for a job once, and I mean, like, he's a nice guy, but, like...
I think
They can probably hear you. Keep your voice down.
Before we turn to violence, I think we should try to separate the innocent from our mark.
I mean, I can try. I'm willing to try.
Try.
Okay,
We'll be here watching. We have you covered just in case.
oh, Johannes isn't violent. He's not a violent man. Yeah, he's...
But if you're going in there where our mark is,
Yeah, well, I'm not talking to him, am I? I'll go see. Yeah, bye.
Tarur, quickly, what is going on in your head?
Johannes doesn't strike me as the sort of person to hang out in a cave with a were-tiger. So there's definitely more going on here than we know. And I mean, I don't know if Johannes is here by choice or not. I don't know if this is just like the only shelter that's available in these parts or something without going into the city itself. I also don't know why Johannes is avoiding the city. Because he's so close. You know, it's less than a day's walk. And surely he would know that. Yeah, so no, I want to find out what's going on.
Okay. How do you approach it?
I walk forward and I kind of poke my head awkwardly into their line of sight and then kind of... oh, you... Johannes, it is you.
Mr. Dragonborn, smooths his rumpled shirt, glances at the companion across the fire. His eyes are wide.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, forgive me. I was not expecting you either, Master Dragonborn. Have a seat.
Thank you,
guess.
thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. You look, well.
That is a lie.
Yes, it is.
I look horrid, Mr. Dragonborn.
You look like you've been through something.
That is putting it mildly.
It's only, I mean, like, it hasn't been that long since we've seen each other. I feel like this is is everything all right?
It feels like it's been an eternity since I saw you and your companions last. How are they?
Oh, same old. Runt is. He likes root vegetables, and Frankie has an affinity for getting on the bad side of the builders. But
Well, Master Dragonborn, was not expecting to see you here. Last I heard, you and your friends had left Desca.
yeah, we did.
That is good. That is good. You notice he is not making eye contact with you. He's also not looking at his companion, who is staring at you.
Johannes, are you all right?
I have been better, thank you for asking, but I am alive, and that is good.
See, here's the thing. I'm not very good at dealing with people like some of the other members of the party are, but I did have a son. I do have a son.
Oh, you do?
No, I'm not talking to him.
Oh, you're not talking to him, okay.
And I know when somebody's agitated, at least.
And he is clearly agitated by something.
Johannes, what's going on?
Well, you will learn sooner or later, but Deska City is no more.
What do you mean?
Deska has been destroyed.
The whole city?
Yes.
By what? By whom? Why?
And now he looks up at you, and his eyes are hard, his eyes are deeper, his eyes are older than those eyes you saw back in Deska. His eyes speak of a man who is older than he looks. Alaskanska.
Alaskanska, the dragon.
Yes,
He came to Deska.
he came to Deska.
Why? Why?
I believe you know.
Me?
You and your friends.
To shift the balance. To shift the balance.
Yes.
What was in Deska that would have shifted the balance?
Many things.
The temples?
That was the last place your party was known. There were the scales you retrieved for me.
He was the one after them then. Not the young dragon.
No, not the young dragon. With those scales, Alaskansko could have amassed a mercenary army that he would never have to worry about paying. He could buy the Elven Enclave to the south. He could buy the Dwarven Mines. He could buy
Slaves. He
anyone. And slaves. Yes, he could hire the mages. He could buy off the other dragons.
But we robbed him of that chance.
Yes,
Are the scales safe now?
yes.
That gives me great relief to hear. Friend, you look awful.
I
You're in hiding.
am. I was one of the last to leave Deska. A few hundred made it out.
A few hundred.
If that.
Of the whole city?
Of the whole city. Skonsko came in mid-afternoon, just before evening, before the markets closed, before the farmers could return to their fields and ranches, before the shops were done, as travelers were just reaching the city.
He's even more of a monster than I thought.
Yes.
I couldn't have. Johannes, I'm so sorry.
Thank you for your sympathy, friend. The guard were able to evacuate those they could. The archers of the guard tried valiantly, if ineptly, to ward off the dragon.
A bow and arrow can't hold a dragon back.
There's very little that mortals can do without proper abilities against the dragon.
Johannes, why are you here?
I am being hunted.
Gods. Are you also from Deska? Looks at the other person.
No, he is a new acquaintance. This is Cal. The young man nods, still stares at you. We met the other day. He was looking for shelter and ever hospitable, I guess. I opted to share my temporary home with him.
You are both aware that it's not safe here, though.
Nowhere is safe right now.
I'll grant that. You can't stay here.
No, No, I will be moving on as soon as I know where I should go.
What does Samek tell you? You've been praying, I imagine. You're a faithful man.
I have been praying. I have been speaking to Samek, but he is looking for a place where I should go. Somewhere where the dragon will not find me or my charge.
Maybe you should talk to Ro, have him take you to the city of the end.
I do not want to go back there.
It's not so bad. A little cold, maybe, but it's not so bad.
It's a lovely place, but Skansko has already had an agent there.
Yeah, but we got her out. He wouldn't think to look in the same place twice, would he?
He still wants those artifacts.
You think they'll be back for the stars
Yes,
and the scales?
yes.
And what else?
Anything else he can use as leverage or against those who created them. Or things he could draw their power up.
I know where you can go. The Temple of Silo.
I do not know where that is.
No one knows where it is, damn it.
I did not know that Silo had a temple.
Silo does have a temple.
That
You
is-
find it, you stay there. Not even the dragon's gonna find you.
That is news to me. I doubt Samek even knew.
So don't ask Samek.
He looks at you, but doesn't say anything. As if what you just said could almost be a joke, but it's too close to home.
No, I apologize. I'm not a man of deep faith myself, so I forget sometimes.
You are,
I apologize.
you are a pragmatic man.
I apologize.
No need to apologize. What brings you to my cave?
Johannes, you need to leave.
You came for Cal.
Not directly.
What has happened?
I don't know if they can hear me right now. What I do know is that Cal already had a run-in with these three.
Oh, the hunters.
Yeah, the hunters.
Ah,
They're pretty pissed off about their companion, you know. They're ready for blood.
well, what do you expect? They're hunting me.
Well-
A man's got to defend himself.
Right, but the more people you kill, the greater a sentence you rack up for yourself.
I only killed their tracker.
Right, no, I'm saying in general, not just with them, but like in the larger scheme.
I only killed their tracker. I don't hunt people.
Are we talking about the same thing? I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
You're with the hunters, the silver dragon man born, a human and a half elf, right?
Well, I'm not, I wouldn't say with them. I mean, that's pretty strong.
Semantics.
I mean,
You came with them.
I
You led them to me.
technically had to, yes.
You're with them.
Not on purpose, not by choice.
Listen, I don't know why they're after me. I don't know why they're hunting me.
They said that you killed a dude in a manor thing, and that there's a bounty on your head.
I didn't kill any dude near a manor. I've never been to a manor.
Well, I mean, the evidence suggests otherwise.
Is this why they're coming after me?
Yeah, no, and they're going to. I mean, you're wanted dead or alive.
Brother, come out.
Johannes, you should leave.
Brother,
Johannes,
we need to talk.
that doesn't sound good.
No, I don't think it is.
Maybe not leave. Maybe go deeper into the cave.
This cave is not very deep.
Hide behind a rock. I'm trying to help you out here.
If
I
it-
should
Go,
go.
go.
Yeah.
Tarur, as you leave the cave, you see Belkir, Sal, and Vane. Belkir is standing a little bit ahead. But you also see another group has arrived. You see 3 orcs, a drow, and a half-dragon. Red. And on these newcomers, on their shoulders or on their breasts, is a patch, an emblem. It's of a skull with 2 curling tusks coming out of the bottom jaw.
Not these bastards again. I can't fight these bastards on my own.
Belkir comes forward.
Brother,
Hi.
so the Armark is in there, yeah?
I mean, technically,
There's another man in there.
yes.
These people are, hunting him.
Which one?
The other one, not Armark.
Oh no, they can't have him. I can't allow that.
They're offering a hefty sum.
I imagine they are, yes. Are you a praying man?
Are you?
I mean, that's not important right now. Are you a praying man?
Not really.
Great. Okay.
I mean, the builders made this place. I live my life.
You acknowledge the builders exist.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do you have an affinity for a particular one?
No.
Great. So now your patron is Samick, and you are going to protect
Money?
them. No, commerce and
Okay.
yeah, and keeping balance. You know, like scales and things like that. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We are not going to allow them to take that man. I can see you don't follow.
Roll persuasion with advantage. I know it's not his best.
I mean, 1 minus 2.
You have advantage.
12.
He looks at you. He looks at Sal and Vane. Just as they shake hands with a half-dragon. Then he looks back at you. He's clicking his tongue. We haven't known each other long.
You can't allow them to take that man. I know who they
Why
are.
are you clanless?
It's now the time. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I know who they work for, and I can't allow them to take him.
Just answer my question.
Because I took a son from a town that we were raiding.
We don't
And-
have time for this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I will go where you go. You are my clan.
I appreciate that.
Draws his axe.
Well, we're gonna die here. You know that.
He looks back at you and flashes a grin. Twirls his axe in his hands.
I'll keep them from you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
versus
Against the world!
Yep, versus Sal, Vane, a half-dragon, 3 orcs, and a drow.
Okay, so I have a question. Does Johannes have any like secret like money flinging skills? Can he like hit somebody between the eyes at 10 paces?
No,
Great. This is gonna go well. I can tell it's gonna go wonderful.
okay, I'm going to, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 people to roll initiative for.
Great.
So why don't you roll for Tarur?
Okay. That's a 16 plus 3.
Right.
I'm seeing
Tarur
with
is
this to try to
19.
give my voice a little break.
All right, so Belkir, 13, 15.
Tar against the world. How does he manage to get himself in these scrapes, man? Like, it's... Dude.
Yep, Sal and Vane, 4.
So, sorry, what did Belkir get?
He got a 15.
Okay.
The half-dragon, 17. So that's right after Tarur. The orcs, I'll just clump together. 5, D6, so they'll go right before Sal and Vane, and then the drow will go after Belkir.
So, Tarur,
Tarur, half-dragon,
dragon,
Belkir,
drow.
drow, orcs, Sal, Vane.
Great. So Sal and Vane run together? Or is it
It's
Sal?
Sal, then
then
Vane.
Wonderful! This is going to go fabulously!
Yeah.
Especially since Johannes does not have special money throwing skills. Is Cal part of this?
He's not there yet. Tarur, what are you gonna do?
I draw the midnight bow because it's the only thing I got.
Yep. Who do you go after?
Half dragons tend to be a bit of a problem, so I'm gonna go after that one first.
Okay.
23.
Even without your bracers, that's a hit.
Okay.
So that's 9 damage.
9 damage, very nice. The half-dragon actually roars at that, draws his long sword, and he's going to take his turn ordering his people.
Okay.
He orders the orcs to attack first, and tells his caster to go for the cave.
Oh, okay. I see how things are.
Yep. So the caster, she puts her hands together, closes her eyes.
I'm assuming this is the drow, yeah?
This is the drow. The drow, yeah. The drow closes her eyes, puts her hands together, and there's a cacophony of crow calls coming from all around the forest.
That's creepy.
And as everyone is distracted by this, she tries to run for the cave. She doesn't make it all the way there in her turn, but she's darting for the cave.
Okay.
The orcs are charging up, but Belkir is in the way.
I would like to point something out. Belkir's supposed to go before the drow.
You're right. Belkir charges at the orcs because they're the ones charging. So,
I would have had you do something else, but okay.
so Belkir, he hefts his battle axe, aiming for the first orc. 2 of the orcs have axes. 1 has a bow, by the way. 3 plus 8 is 11. Is going to miss.
Come on, Belkir.
And he's going to take his second attack.
I'm very glad he has one.
9 plus 8 is going to hit.
Thank goodness.
He's using that two-handed, so that's a D10.
Nice.
6 plus 5 is 11. Cleaves right into the orc. The orc is still alive.
Which number?
That'll be the first orc.
So minus 11, hey? Did I do
Yep.
that math correctly? Wow. That's my buddy.
So that first orc is going to attack back at him.
Yep.
That is a 10 plus 5. 15 is going to miss.
I like Belkir. Belkir is nice.
Mm-hmm.
You better not let Belkir die. I
The-
cannot have another Iana.
The second one sights its bow at you, Tarur.
Uh-oh.
Now, I don't have your sheets up in front of me, so
I
I'm
do.
going to need your help with this, because
Okay.
I have sheets for everything else.
That's fine.
So, shooting at you with a short bow, 13 plus 3, 16.
That meets.
Meets. Okay, so that's going to hit. It's a d6. 5 plus 1, 6 damage.
We.
And the final orc, the last one with the axe, is going to meet Belkir. 10 plus 5 is going to miss. Now, Sal, she spits at the ground and shouts at Belkir, "What are you doing? They're going to pay us!" And she's actually not going to go into the fray because Belkier. However, Vane, he laughs. Vane holds up his staff and casts a spell upon himself and increases his armor class. He gives himself bark skin,
Oh, great.
and his skin suddenly becomes like bark.
That means that he's harder to shoot.
Yes, and that is his turn.
Okay.
And it is now back to you, Tarur.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at the drow before she can reach the cave.
Go for it.
25.
Hits.
She's a caster, so I can use a D8.
Yup.
Unfortunately, it's not a great hit. That's a total of 5 damage.
5 plus your whatchamahigger.
That's it.
Okay. You hit her. Good job. The half dragon steps into the fray, is actually going to charge past Belkier, which causes an opportunity attack. So Belkier is actually going to take it.
Go.
13 plus 8 is going to hit,
Good. If you said miss, I was gonna like throw something.
but he's doing it one-handed, so it's a
Okay.
D8. So it's like he sees the guy and just like backhands him with the axe. 5 plus 5, another 10 damage
On the
half dragon.
My buddy Belkier. I like him a lot.
But also, it's his turn now, so he's going to spin and attack back at the orcs. He's going after that first one.
Yeah. Get him.
7 plus 8. Just going to miss.
Really?
That damaged one just kind of sways out of the way, stumbling, and Belkir's going to swing again. 18 plus 8.
Yeah.
But he's doing it one-handed. And offs him.
Nice.
Lops the head off. The body drops. So now it is the drow. The drow looks at you, Tarur, and you need to make a dex save.
Oh, great.
16.
You see these ghostly flames come down, but you're able to sway out of the way, and it burns the grass where you were. Sacred flame.
I've seen that before.
Yes, you have.
Technically, that one wasn't as impressive as Runt's.
No, it is not. Now the orc with the bow is lining up on you. 9 plus 3 misses. Awesome. Now the last axe-wielding orc is going after Belkier. 9 plus 5 is going to miss. Sal shakes her head, draws her sword, and goes after Belkier. Her first attack. 3 plus 7 is a miss.
She's not really into it, huh?
No, she is not.
She knows that Belkier could kill her.
9 plus 7 is a miss.
So she's really in it for show at this point.
At this point, yeah. Vane, however. Tarur, make a strength save.
That is not one of my strong suits. I mean, that's a 4.
All right, so Vane lifts up his staff, swings it in the air, and jabs towards you. And from the ground, vines erupt
Oh, man.
from the ground from it and wraps around you.
Great.
You are now restrained.
Great.
Either, the ways to break it, either his concentration has to break, or you do a strength saving throw that breaks it.
Great.
And at this point, we're going to switch views.
Okay.
Frankie,
You better believe that I have my bow ready.
You're in the forest. You don't hear anything. And suddenly the tracker is going twice as fast.
Okay, well, I guess I'm running too.
I want you to make a quick perception check.
That's a 22.
Her hood falls back as she's running.
Karin is very excited out of character.
So her hood has fallen back and long blonde hair is now coming out. And you can see black-skinned ears peeking out as she's running.
I already knew that she was black-skinned because I've seen her hands.
And she makes a quick turn, cutting across the trail.
Oh my gods. That's Iana.
Yes, it is. And she draws her bow. And at this point, you hear fighting. You hear the clash of metal on shields and armor. You hear the clash of an axe ripping through flesh, arrows being launched.
Tarur, buddy, you better not be in the midst of that.
And you see Iana pull back on her bow and let fly, and the arrow goes through. And, well, it hits one of the orcs that you don't see.
For how much damage?
I finally found her sheet. 4.
For 4 damage on 2 or 3?
2. And Iana and Frankie, you leap out of the forest into this clearing in front of a hill and cave to see a battle going on. Let me lay it out for you. There's the cave up in the hill, and a drow is there. And the drow has cast a sacred flame towards Tarur, and Tarur dodges out of the way. But there's this bark-skinned half-elf that has cast vines and stuff onto Tarur, restraining him. There's a half-dragon on its way towards Tarur. And there's another dragonborn fighting off the orcs and a human.
Okay.
Frankie, it is now your turn.
This is not exactly what I was expecting to walk into, but I can work with this. I have a question for the DM.
Yes.
Can I throw 2 knives at once?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see a problem with that. But they have to be on the same target.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a little less badass, but it's totally rational.
And you can roll 2d4s for that.
I draw some of my always returning throwing knives.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the dude with the weird skin. I don't like that he's restraining Tarur.
Mm-hmm.
I know that if Tarur is free, he has a fighting chance on his own.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like an unfair fight. So let's at least even the odds.
You're attacking him, you have advantage.
You're right, I do.
And these are finesse weapons and ranged.
That one's an 11. And that one's a 21.
You hit Vane. So 2d4s and
2d6. 6, 3, 3, and 2 is a total of 14, plus 3 is 17.
Nice. That was a good one. And you know what? Vane now needs to make a...
I imagine that hurt his concentration a little bit.
It did. Now he needs to make a save. And he lost his concentration. Vane stumbles. He's holding his staff out with his right hand. And these 2 knives flash into his left shoulder, spinning and piercing and disappearing.
Nice.
And around you, Tarur, the vines wither.
I recognize those knives.
Mm-hmm. And you see these 2 elves come out. Make a quick perception.
16.
It's Iana.
Holy hell.
And there you have it. Another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books. That was the Keep Rock Arc, episode 3.
Yes, it was, and that was really fun seeing how people come back.
Yeah, none of these NPCs ever go away.
You're welcome.
I thought I was getting a break from them. Iana should be dead.
She should be, but she's not, and neither is Johannes.
Well, I'm
yet.
glad about that. I'm glad Johannes isn't dead.
Yes. And,
Well, at least for now, as you say. I mean, they're in the middle of a battle. A lot could happen.
yes, so true. And thank you, K&W Root Beer, Kristen, for DMing us with your fantastic fan theories. And anyone else, if you want to send us your theories, please do that.
You know how to do that. That's what social media is for. You can find us at K&K Play D&D on both Facebook and Twitter. Hit like, hit share, let your friends know about us. We would love for them to be part of this community as well. Music was written by me, backing tracks are from tabletopaudio.com.
Check them out. Go say hi to Tim on Twitter.
Yeah, what else do we say? It's been so long since we've done an outro. We apologize for the unintended hiatus last month. Last month?
Last month.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Last week. Summer is doing weird things to my brain.
Kicking our butts.
It is kicking my butts.
Kicking.
I do have good news, though. Next week's episode is all ready to go because it was supposed to be this week's episode. So at least, that's on the correct trajectory.
Yeah.
How do we end this? What do we say?
Usually we say the stuff we've already said.
Right?
And finally.
Oh, yeah, and finally. This is Karin and
The Keith.
signing off.
Thank you for listening and be well.